Hello everybody! Welcome to, I suppose, what is the second attempt for Bahrain Gp F3. Quite get the sense of deja vu. So it's never published on the channel, but we ran this Grand Prix a month ago, or about a month ago, and we had a lot of desync issues, and this is where the league's desync issues were confirmed. We already knew there were some from one of the previous updates, but this is where we found 3 cases of desync in a row and had to suspend all of the PC leagues. But we're back for Bahrain once more. We just can't say no to this track after all. We had a bit of a shake-up on the calendar. Hungary got cancelled and a bunch of the other Grand Prix were reshuffled. So it's going to be interesting. Very interesting indeed to see what happens today. Last week we had Spa. A lot of our drivers kind of got back into the groove of racing together after a few weeks out. So I'm hoping this week everyone's going to be top of their game. See a few cars now leaving the pits, a few choosing the medium tyres. Get right into it. See who's leaving the box first. Any moment now it's Keeler in the Haas. We'll, well, I was going to say we'll hop on board with them, but they've spun. So we'll go on board with whoever else is out ahead of them. Whoever it is, probably Snape. He always gets out of the box first. No, it's not. It's someone else. Is it Turek? It's Turek on the medium tyres, so we'll see what we can do around Bahrain. Got a decent gap to the cars behind. He's going to be a bit slower, at least on Delta, compared to everybody else. So we'll see what he can do. He's actually deciding to, by the looks of things, let a few cars through. Find a nice pocket of air for him. It's going to be difficult because basically everyone is out of the pit lane already. Full grid today, that's what we like to see. 2 races in a row we've got a full grid. Spa we had 12 finishes or 11 finishes, so let's hope for a few more this time round. The car's running through the second, well actually third DRS straight on the lap. I guess you call it the back straight. Into turns 11 and 12. And 12 is probably going to be the one that claims a few victims. Uphill, fast right-hander. Touch the curb, you die. So we'll see if anyone suffers that fate. I'm sure we'll see one at least in qualifying. So anyway, who's first on track? It's one of the Alpines. Is it Kopaszewski? It's Kopaszewski. So hop on board with them, see what they can do. To barrel it down to turn 1 on the soft tyres as well, so they'll have a nice grippy compound. Decent line through 1. Just trying not to lose the back end, which is so easy to do in that technical section. Second DRS straight after the first one. Into turn 4. Decent line of minimum speed. Can use more of the track width, but I can understand the care that's being displayed. Actually a good line through the middle sector as well. It's really shaping up to be a promising lap time. Technical second sector. He's actually nailing this pretty nicely. A lot of the curves, if you run up too high on the exit, they do lose you time, especially the technical difficult turn 10, which I have to say he's done perfectly there. Open the DRS immediately. The lights are on. It's night time in Bahrain, which we all love to see. Let's see what turns 11 and 12 look like. 11 again, taken perfectly. It's going to be a very nice lap by the looks of things. It's smooth. Let's see if it's quick. 106.0 on the second sector split, which isn't too bad. There's definitely a gap open to cars behind him, so I think a few have bailed on their laps. Only have 1 car in the pits of Dario, and that's it. Everyone else is on track. Kopaszewski could use more of the track width for the exit there to carry some speed, but apart from that, nice tidy lap. Starting us off with a 27.7. Very nice indeed. So Akron, the other, well, the first Ferrari I should say, is speaking of turn 12 accidents, is the second Ferrari. He's had a bit of a moment. So 127.7 set on the softs by Kopaszewski versus Turek's 28.9. It's a 1.2 second gap. I believe it's about a 1 second to 1.2 second delta between the softs and the mediums. So about right. Sancho's lost it. Look at me cursing people already. We've all missed this, haven't we? It's 2 already. Let's go. How many more can we get in qualifying? How many more victims can we claim? A lot of people coming to the end of their laps. One person I want to stay on board with is the current new championship leader of Paul Hill. He's been leading the championship before, but after last week's result in Spa, he's built himself a nice, comfortable 12-point gap to Michelin in P2. After his teammate unfortunately failed to finish that race. To see what Hill can muster. It's probably going to be in the 27 somewhere. He's very rapid, this guy. That's a 27-2. Beautiful lap. Seemed to be a bit more aggressive on the curbs and the exits. Probably where he got that half a second compared to Kopaszewski. Dario's on an out lap. Who have we got on a lap at the moment? Karolak started one. Let's stay on board with him. In the McLaren. McLaren boys doing very well in the Constructors and individually in the Drivers' Championship as well. Currently P4 and P5 and I believe P3 in the Constructors. Might actually be P2. They've had a good run of form recently. Karolak's just negotiating this technical section. Turn 8 is always one which got to get right. Same with turn 10. Easing the car through, so could be a bit more tidy, but at the end of the day, if he's getting a lap in, he's getting a lap in. One of the reserve drivers in the AlphaTauri getting out of the way there. That's Palacios. Apologies on any mispronunciations I make. In any case, Karolak is just coasting through the lap so far. He's 106.3 on his second sector split, so he's not slow. Just very much getting that banker time in. Doesn't want to wreck his car too early. That's for sure. Speaking of... No, we're all good. I saw a yellow flag and I got panicky. Karolak comes to the line. It's 27.9. Just about. Six and right in the middle of everybody. It's not bad at all. Got a reserve in the Red Bull crawling back into the pits. I think that's fuel warning. Dario's midway through a lap, so we'll hop on board with him. There's a bit of traffic up ahead. We've got Pena on one of the Haas cars. It might be... it's Keeler. Just checking on board with Hodgson. Another one of the reserve drivers joining us today. Got a few reserves, so some of the names all look a bit funny on the stream, but we'll just have to deal with it. We'll know who they are anyway. Dario's unfortunately invalidated his lap at some point. Let's try and catch someone who's on a push lap at the moment. Rosnak isn't. He's got a fuel warning light and not enough ERS to really make a dent. Pena's invalidated. Unfortunately, Kopaszewski's on a second out lap now. Keeler is cooldown lap, but if they're pushing, we'll hop on board. Not happy with the lap they've set. They're going into the pits. Safe's doing donuts. Turn 12 has claimed another victim. Wouldn't be in a PC3 stream if I didn't catch a few spins. That's not fault of the drivers, it's me cursing everybody. I've got dodgems going on in turn 12. No one wants to cause any inconvenience to anyone else. Which is fair enough. Backlick's on a push. Going up into turn 4 now. Let's see what he can do. Going for as close to a flat 28 in the first sector as you can. 28.3 is not too bad, all things considered. It's a lot of time to lose in the first few corners, and same with sector 2 as well. Sector 3 not so much. It's mainly sector 2 where you can win or lose time. Bakalik trying not to lock up his rears. Mounts the curb. Importantly, he's kept the lap valid, so we'll be able to set a time. Might not be the best time ever, but it's still a time nonetheless. Realistically, around Bahrain, we are going to be looking at a one-stop, albeit with safety cars that will probably intervene slightly. Bakalik flirting with the inside curb, managing to keep it fine. Got a couple of points over the curbs where he hasn't quite invalidated, so it might not be the most rapid of rapid laps. However, the McLaren boys, when they lose it in qualifying, they sure make up for it in the races, so... There's no stranger to seeing McLaren jump up the order a bit as they race through today. 28-0. It's a lot of people all very, very close together, with the exception of Hill. Very much being the standout driver at the moment. Let's see where Kent is. Says Oh, I do love lobby bugs. Have to go the long way around for Kent. He's on out lap. He's about to push, I think. Says his tyres are 1 lap old, so it might have been a mistake by him in the garage. In any case, we'll see what Kent can do as he starts his flying lap. Going into turn 1. Touches the inside curb. You don't really want to mount it because you lift the wheels off the track and you should lose a bit of time there. So we didn't get the most ideal run through there. The rest of it so far has been fine. He wants to hug the outside curb here. Caress the inside white line and run a bit wide here if he's feeling brave. If he wants to keep the lap valid, that's fair enough. Sector 2, the technical twisty sections, turn 6 and 7, very nicely done. A little bit wide in the apex of turn 8, but it's not going to lose him too much time. The minutes he was okay. Coming through now, turn 10, being nice and careful, that's exactly what you want to be. It looks slow, but it's the fastest way to do it. DRS open on the, yeah, I'm just going to call it the back straight at this point. Up to turn 11, the infamous turn 12, which I thought we'd just see claim another victim, but not quite. Will it claim Kent though? That's the question. I'm going to say no. Avoids the inside curve quite a lot. He sets a purple middle sector. As I said, turn 10 looks slow, but it's quick, and it's proven to be that way. Up to the final. I believe there's actually 2 corners here, 14 and 15. 15 is literally this little right-hand kink and up to the line. DRS wide open on there, and let's see what the lap is. 27.4. Not bad, and Kopaszewski, in my absence of saying on board with Kent, did a 27.4 as well. So currently holding up the Alpine Fort in P2. Splitting the 2 Alfa Romeo drivers, which is an impressive feat. Michelin, one of the only other drivers capable of doing that, has invalidated one of his push laps. I'm sure he'll recharge and go again. He's got enough time for another push lap, pit, out lap, and another push lap after that. So we'll see what's going on. Just going to very quickly get the stream up on my other monitor while we wait for Michelin to come back around. Boom. So as I thought, Michelin was going for another push lap, so we'll stay on board with the other one of our championship protagonists. But one thing you don't want to see when you're contending for a championship is 3 cars ahead of you in qualifying. Michelin's missed the inside apex a little bit. I think he runs ABS off, so just doing his best not to lock up his tyres. It's going to compromise him for the rest of the lap. He locked the wheels there, maybe a little bit. It looked a bit shaky, but he's still, it was a 28.0, 2 tenths up on his first sector split. And bear in mind, he was pretty even with his previous lap at the second sector as well. He must have been validated probably turn 10, I'd say. Nails the braking point for it this time. Gets a car rotated. You could, I wouldn't mount that outside curb. Wouldn't get an even grip on your back tyres, and you are just bleeding time, in my opinion, anyway. But we'll see what the second sector split is. Michelin really wants to be pushing one of the front 2 rows. The snaping the AlphaTauri over 27.5 gets himself neatly into P4. Michelin nearly losing it on the exit there. He's got a car ahead of him for slipstream. One of the Williams boys. I've also seen we've had 2 retirements out of nowhere. Not quite sure where. But yellow flag at turn 12. It's just a car getting out of the way. Michelin does get P4. Knocks Snape barely down into P5 provisionally anyway. Who else have we got? Rusnak's coming to the end of a lap. It's a pretty even time compared to his other one. Nice smooth exit out of turns 14. Which expect a slight improvement. It does go up by a 10th. It knocks Michelin down to P5 now. So the good times are coming in. Nice and slowly. A lot of people not pushing here. It's Ferrari. Fuel warning lights not pushing either. So we've got a few drivers on an outlap. I'm assuming probably their last one of the session. So Karolak's coming around the last couple of corners to see if he can improve. Thought about going into the pits there, at least it looked like it. But I bet he's glad he didn't. It's a 27.5, puts him P4 now. Michelin's down to 6. Let's see, Sancho's going through the second sector currently. Then we'll hop on board with his teammate Turek afterwards. We will probably join in a similar part of the track. Sancho 1.6 seconds up. He's on a 29.9 at the moment. I believe that was on medium tyres, so I'm expecting a mid-28 minimum. He's got the Ferrari of the Bahrain in front of him. Hopefully it's not slowing him down too much. Shouldn't be. Pulls into the pits. Sancho's not getting any slipstream. That's a 27.9, so that puts him up to 15th. See what his teammate can do. He's 1.2 seconds up on his time at the moment. Got McLaren in front of him. Let's see if we're going to be slipstream or getting out of the way, and it's getting out of the way. It's Bakalik who's bailed on a... Oh no, sorry, he's on an outlap. So we've got someone to hop on board with straight afterwards. Turek P2 out of nowhere. Hello. 1.6 second improvement. Puts him second with a 27.3. Not bad. Just probably... I'll just not hit the people in the pit. Dario's got a nice spectator area at the moment. Middle of the first corner. Something's gone terribly wrong from there. He's trying to desperately get the mediums to work. At this point, you just need to put a set of softs on. Hodgson, one of our reserves in the Haas, is 4 laps old on his softs and doesn't seem to be improving currently anyway. As I said, we'll hop on board with Bakalik, who's kind of going through the second sector. See what he can do through turns 9 and 10. Stay clear of the outside curve. Still not slow. It's marginal time differences at this point. Marginal time differences with a grid this close will put you up a lot of positions. It's less than a second between... Well, I was going to say Hodgson, but he's just retired. Soft tyres are probably given their best at this point. Jeff will be telling him to come in soon. Okay, so Bakalik is coming to the line. It's going to be a 27 in the middle, so 27.5. 8 thousandths ahead of his teammate. So it's a McLaren P6, P7 currently. Kopaszewski's just started a lap, as has... Oh, Hill's bailed on his lap, so we can watch Kopaszewski. Turek has invalidated his as well, so Kopaszewski is the guy to watch at the moment. Let's see what his first sector split is here. Yet to see anyone get into the 26s, but we're getting fairly close. Definitely see a 27.1 or a 27 flat, that's for sure. Kopaszewski again, just keeping it tidy. Oh, tried to save a... Oh, that's unlucky. Tried to save the car, but overcorrected it. Very unfortunate indeed for him. Hill's still just bailing, but Kent's on a flyer by the looks of things, so we'll say about with Kent now. Hill's Alfa Romeo teammate. P3 in the championship standings, I think 14 points behind Hill. Let's see what he can do. We wanted to push for some form of improvement after his DNF in Spa. Unfortunately, Snaper's retired just up ahead, so he's got a bit... Maybe a bit too loud on the throttle there and has just thrown it into a wall. I think he won't be too mad as long as someone knocks him down to P11. Strategic pole position is a very good round Spa. That was last week, David. We're at Bahrain now. Kent's going to come to the line. I have the feeling it's going to be a very, very tidy lap. And it's a 27.2, new provisional fastest. Not bad indeed, not bad indeed. Kopaszewski's pushing again, but Hill's midway through a lap at the moment, so we'll stay on board with Paul Hill. See what he can do, as everyone is now final lap or bust. So the flag has fell. So we've got coming to the line. Peña's coming to the line. Doesn't seem to improve, at least not in position. Hill's actually a tiny bit down, and he's invalidated. So Hill's not going to get pole here today. Let's hop on board with Kopaszewski. Actually, we've got Bakalik and Karolak ahead of Kopaszewski, so stay on board with Bakalik at the moment, unless we've got anyone closer. Keeler's closer. Let's see what Keeler can do. Keeler's coming to the line now. Goes up to P4. I think it's Rusnak after that coming to the line now. New provisional fastest lap. It's a 27 flat. Rusnak takes pole. Kopaszewski's round, so Kopaszewski's not going to get it. Bakalic's into the pits to see what Karolak can do. Michelin managed to get up to P3 in the end. Karolak comes to the line for 27.1. He goes P2. And that's it. Because Kopaszewski's bailed. So Kopaszewski's just going to pull into the pits here. They're not going to improve their time. So Rusnak, pole position. Karolak, P2. It's just an interesting front rows. A few different drivers up in the mix today. But you've still got the 3 championship protagonists in P3, 4 and 5 in the hill of Kent, Michelin and Hill. So they're all still going to be right next to each other. This is exciting. Kent actually pips Michelin by 1,000th of a second, although I think Kent set his lap first. But other than that, you've got Keeler P6 and a Haas. Good lap time. Actually, all of these laps are good, let's be honest. They're all really good lap times. So in P1 to P10 is only half a second. That's incredible. You've got Turek, Kopaszewski, Bakalic and Snape all starting on the soft tyres, so no one knocks Snape down to P11. Everyone outside the top 10. Fredrickson, Palacios, Pena, Ibai, Saiturin 75, Sancho, Acra, Hodgson, Hidario and Zikovsky. Not saying a lap time. They all get free choice of tyres. I'm probably going to expect a mix of all 3 compounds. People like to keep it interesting in this league. Fwah! That's pretty close. So the race is like this. Normally is. Race is normally very close. So we're just waiting for everyone to select setups and everything like that. I wish we could get a few of the cars on the tracks. The pit lane, no one in there, and a few Mercedes engineers staring at a screen. Kind of boring. Got some straight medium tyres throughout the garage as well, so yeah. Lovely, lovely. The cars now start their formation lap. Rusnak leading the way, followed by Karolak. So let's have a look and see what everyone's on. Top 10 on the softs, and then a mix of mediums and soft tyres. 6 mediums, 4 soft tyres outside of the top 10. I'll cover those exactly just a second. Do we need the telemetry? Yeah, telemetry's good. Lap data we don't need. Cool. Got everything just as we like it. So, going from P1 to P10, everyone of course they're on the soft tyres they qualified on. No surprises there. Fredrickson splitting the Mercedes strategy on the medium. Same with Palacios in the second AlphaTauri. Pena's opted for softs just like his teammate. Both Ferraris there on the softs of Ibai and Acura. Saiturin in one of the Red Bulls is on the soft. The other one is on mediums. As we saw that contact, it was inevitable. Him and Sancho have been disqualified. Weaving into each other by the looks of things. Hodgson in the second Haas, he's gone for mediums. They're splitting the strategy. Hidario, well, you tried mediums for the whole qualifying session. You've got your wish, albeit in P19. Not really much you can lose from that point, so all the more to gain for the second Aston Martin driver. This race is going to be interesting. Do I expect chaos at turn 1? Yes. Do I expect chaos at turn 4? Yes. Do I expect death at turn 12? Yes. All in the first lap. It's my bold prediction. If it's anything like my predictions at Baku, my wish will come true. Christ, the start cameras are terrible. What is this? Can we get a nice camera angle for the start? No? Please? I don't want to see the leaders here, I'll be honest. Okay, oh, there we go, yeah. That's what we're waiting for. The lights. Got 5 lights here in Bahrain. Long hold up. Very long hold up. Let's go for Bahrain and PC3. Rusnak and Karolak seem to have got a fairly even start, but I think Kent behind's on a bit of a stormer here. He's taken the inside of the McLaren, sorry, the outside line of the McLarens 3 wide. There's some form of contact. Karolak into Mishler because Kent made that one 3 wide. I don't think you can really blame anyone specifically for that. Everyone surprisingly cleanly through turn 1. Well, well, well. So we're just letting all of the cars filter through turn 4. There's a few incidents there. Sancho and Hidario casualties there. Not sure about damage or anything like that. Hidario's front wing seems clear. What about Sancho's front wing? If we can get to it. Seems clear. Acra's front wing seems clear. Maybe we've had an incident free lap 1. I'm not sure. Crazy to think that, all things considered. And Rusnak has pulled out nearly a second on Kent in 2/3 of the lap. It's not bad. Snopes managed to get past Mishler. Maybe Mishler has damage? Yeah, it looks like Mishler's got damage. That's really unfortunate for the Mercedes driver. Not what you want when you've got a championship to fight for. Hello, we've got a Haas that's basically stopped on track. What's going on there? And now he's going? Maybe he's got some technical issues or something with his equipment, or maybe he just wants to be in the back. But in any case, probably not the best idea to deliberately stop on the track. Got a few cars going into the pits. Mishler doesn't seem to, so there may not be any damage there. Zikovsky gets a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane. Libai and Bakalik are also in the pits as well, so a few minor incidents, but nothing crazy. Hang on. Rusnak's gone. Rusnak's left the session. That's heartbreaking for the Aston Martin driver. Alfa Romeos are going to immediately capitalise off of this. How far is Rusnak going to fall? Is he going to be able to come back? Bear with me. I'm just going to quickly see if I can send him an invite. We don't want that happening to one of our drivers. At all. Can't even find him on the friends list. That is very unfortunate. So we got Karolak is now getting past Rusnak. Everyone else is going to swallow him. It's really unfortunate for him. Citroen has DNF'd in turn 12. May have even collected a car there. Or a few. You've got Palacios as well as Kopaszewski down some places. It's a VSC that's been deployed. I mean, I was looking at Zikovsky in Sector 1 on the hard tyres, and then his teammate goes and bins it at turn 12. Cars squabbling over where they should be under VSC. All's remaining calm at the front. Sancho and Acra. Acra's in the pits. That's why Sancho got past. Basically, you got the top 9 pulling away from everyone else this race. It's Mishler and... Mishler's going to have to let Rusnak back through, annoying as it may be. You can't overtake a Ghost under VSC. At least he's running at the same pace as you now. Maybe this is what Rusnak needs to stand a chance of getting back near the front. It's just this VSC to last him for him to get back into session. Kopaszewski's in the pits. Keeler gets a drive-through penalty. That is very unfortunate. And Acra's got a penalty somewhere as well, so they may have also got one. Got some action down here in the run up to turn 4. We've got both Ferraris as well as Keeler all squabbling away. Back to the main action though, the main event. Got Hill versus Ken. Turek is just watching from behind. You see Fredriksson get past the Ghost of Rusnak, now pushing up to his teammate of all things. On the medium tyres as well. So if he's faster than Mishler here, which he might be, Mishler might just be negotiating front wing damage until his pit. Which, to be honest, probably the smarter thing to do. Because if he can keep this as a one-stop, he's going to Still save a lot of time in comparison to doing a 2-stop and changing your wing. To Ken and Hill. Hill deploying a lot of his battery, but then not going for any form of move. So he's a bit unsure quite of what he wants to do. Maybe he's just testing his all-out speed in comparison to his teammates. Got a second run at him now, and he's not deploying this time. They're all about the same ERS anyway, and then Turek is just still, he's just watching. You've got Karalak challenging Snape. It's, we now have a safety car because Sidario has died. How do you lose it there? How's he done that? How'd you lose it on a straight? Well, according to the comments, there may be a desync. Please, no. Anything but... Ah, Rusnak's back. Nice. Quickly send him an invite. Damn it. Apologies for this. I was going to let Rusnak know that I can't invite him back because it's on host only, so Mishta would have to invite him. Very unfortunate for Rusnak. Getting his pole position taken away straight away is not what you want to see at all. Oh, now I'm going to see a lot of cars come into the pits, and very cheeky from Kent slowing everyone down. As it currently stands, Fredrickson inherits the lead ahead of Sancho and Palacios in the AlphaTauri. But then you've got the piping hot Alfa Romeos. Turek and Snape, Pena are all going to be breathing down the neck of this front three, who didn't qualify as well. The tyres are a bit older, but shouldn't be all that much slower, at least when it comes to whatever we've got going on at the moment. Just trying to keep half an eye on whether or not we do actually have a desync in the lobby. It doesn't seem so. I haven't spotted anything characteristically that would say desync if everyone's connected. Where are they? Actually, we may have a desync. We've got Hodgson here, who's not sure if Hodgson's still in the lobby. They are the one that stopped on track, and they are ghosted. Rusnak is back in by the looks of things. So Rusnak's managed to get back into the lobby. Christ, I hope we don't have a desync. Not again. Please no. The top 8 are all okay. Unsure about Rusnak. Sorry, Hodgson. Rusnak's back in. Rusnak's okay. Everyone else seems to be okay. It's just Hodgson who's showing the disconnection icon. Karalak pulls into the pits. It could come straight to the back. What's he done there? Front wing change? Oh, that is so unfortunate. I'll actually stay ahead of Zikovsky, who's on the hard, so far as Zikovsky had to take the free box. I don't know how he's this far behind, though. By the looks of things, he's been driven by an AI. So he's left the session. And he's back. He's left. Oh, he's gone. Absolutely no idea what's going on at the moment. So yes, Kovsky's definitely being driven by an AI because his car's ghosted. Hodgson's being driven by an AI, but we don't know if they're still in the session. Oi, oi, oi. Safety car should be in at the end of this lap as all the cars have finally caught up. Just about. You've got Sigovsky pulling onto the back of everyone. He's it's an AI. Albeit the game doesn't tell you if someone's just disconnected or if they've actually voluntarily left and being in last place, miles off everyone else with a penalty, and wouldn't be hard to believe that they've just left on their own. So safety car is coming in. We've got Fredriksson leading the way. We'll hop on board with Palacios. Actually, we'll go on board with Sancho as he's been completely ditched by Fredriksson. But then he's got a really good run out of the final corner and he's pulling straight back in. Fredriksson is going to hold the position. Kent's going down the inside of the AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri brakes later, but I think he's probably outbraked himself there as he has. He's going to lose the position to Turek as well. He is, as Turek goes on the outside. His teammate is Snake now challenging him in the rear. It's going to be 3 overtakes already. Indeed it is. The Snake's going up the inside to see if he can hold it. His teammate's gone deep again. Invites Pena and Hill into the mix. Speaking of Pena and Hill, they're having a bit of a squabble, but they stay as they are as Pena has to slam the brakes. Wasn't expecting the Constantina through the first sector, and Hill says, "Thank you very much, I'll take this." P7 climbs himself up a place as well. Fredriksson's really starting to stretch his legs. The Sancho's just not able to keep up with him, and Kent and Sancho both running to this next corner. I think. Oh, Kent is going for it down the inside. Can he hold it? Giving Sancho as much room as he can while staying alongside. It's going to be risky. Oh, they've kept it going just about. Wheel banging is understandable in this part of the track. All this fighting, though, is going to just let Fredriksson just run off with this. So Kent's at that awkward point with Sancho where... Yeah, I was expecting that to happen sooner or later. As he's collected Turek. Snape's gone off track behind him as well. Who's going to be the big winner out of this? Snape is just here, there, everywhere. Pena's the same as well. He's trying to get as many places as he can. Sorry, I was trying to say that Snape was like hunting these positions down, but Pena's going for a dive. Kent may have moved on to braking a bit there. Surprised Snape a bit. Pena's the big winner out of this. He's up to P4. Actually, no. Is he? Hill's the big winner out of this. He's up to 3rd. Ha! Nice. We've got yellow flags. We've cleared. Got Rusnak, Karolak, Bakalik and Mishler and Ibai all fighting to get past Palacios in the AlphaTauri. So Palacios just not having the pace to keep up with everyone else, and he's he's causing a lot of fun, entertaining fights behind. It'd be interesting to see how these guys get past the AlphaTauri. You could just see on the map, Fredriksson with a 3.2 second lead, flying the flag for Mercedes, and all the while Mishler's behind this AlphaTauri that's causing all the chaos, thinking, just let me through, I've got a championship to fight for here. He's several seconds off these other guys, like 4 seconds behind. In any case, I think Ibai is not catching up to this AlphaTauri of Palacios as much as the others would want him to. Fredriksson gets the fastest lap. We've got Keeler who's retired from the session, so let's see what happened there. It's another turn 12 casualty. It's a safety car again. Not what you want to see if you're running the medium strategy, I dare say. field isn't spread enough to come in for a pit and make the most out of it. Given how spread everyone else is, you may save like 2 positions by pitting under safety car, but it's not worth the time you save to pit right now. Plus, I don't think these guys are going to want to run the hards until the end anyway if they've had 2 safety cars on the medium tyres. Good news of this is we should only see like a minimum amount of running with the safety car because the field's so bunched. The exception of a few people who've just taken a free stop to come in now. I think if I was Zikowski, I'd rejoin the session and then consider boxing. No idea, unfortunately, if they've desynced or not, or if they've just left as well. In any case, this 3.5 second lead that Fredriksson built for 3 is it's going to vanish. I'd be gutted if I was him. Absolutely gutted. Sancho is slowing right down just to make sure that he doesn't get a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. Which is going to be, pardon my yawning, it's going to be very interesting to see if anyone gets one. We've already had one this race. So you may as well see if Acra had one as well, because I think there was... I know they had a penalty. Yeah, okay, so there's a drive-through for Acra speeding under the VSC. Which is not the best. Alright, so we haven't actually had a safety car. It was a VSC, my apologies. Oh no, we did have a safety car. It must have been upgraded. I'm all over the place. That's what happens when you don't have a co-commentator. You lose your head on things. In any case, we're only 1/3 through the race and we've had a second safety car already, so it's a good chance to run out if things keep going on as they are. That being said, only 3 DNFs. Actually, I say only 3 DNFs. We're on the same pace as we were in Spa at the moment. So we'll just have to see what happens. So we've got the desynced Hodgson at the back, and you've got Turek, Bakalek and Acra all chasing the safety car. So we've got one more lap of safety car after this, and then things should get back underway. A little bit of time for the drivers to yet again unwind, contemplate their life decisions of partaking in this chaos on a Friday evening or morning, depending on where they are. It's all fun. It's always a good mix of action, mistakes, chaos, and good results from different drivers. So we'll see what happens this week. Someone's just got a penalty for ignoring yellow flags. That's Zikowski's the only one with a penalty there. Oh. Why has he done that? So he's either just overtaken someone deliberately, or he's... Yeah, he may well just be desynced here, because there's the ghost car. I don't know. In any case, Zikowski's got a second 5-second penalty to go along with his first one. Whether or not he's in the lobby, I have no idea. Never realised just how slow your average tuned-up performance sports car is when you pit them against F1 cars. Bernd Maylander is driving his heart out, but F1 cars can probably double his speed at the moment, especially in the corners. Aston Martin safety car is very, very nice though. The rumble of the engine is beautiful to hear. Bakalik has got a 3-second time penalty for track limits under safety car. It's really not what you want to see if you're the one who's just got that penalty. You've got cars jockeying for position at the back for some reason. Safety car is in this lap. What is going on at the back here? Hodgson's just dropped off from everyone else for some reason. And that may be a legit desync, I'm not sure. But in any case, Fredriksson leads another safety car restart ahead of Sancho, Hill and Kent, so we'll see what he can do. He's gone and he's just dropped Sancho again. It's like Sancho's probably really be expecting this, but Sancho's got a lot of straight line speed in his setup. Even with the slipstream, Hill is barely able to close in on him, but Hill's going to go for the lunge down the outside as well. Gets the braking point very nicely. Almost drops it on the curb, but he's made it work, and Kent's followed him straight through. Sancho's now under attack by Pena, who's under attack by Snape. Oh! Let's have a look at this 3 wide as Pena picks up a penalty just for there not being enough room on track. Snape gets through. Sancho gets sent into a wall. Sancho's out. Pena taps the side of Sancho, and I don't even think it's going to be a safety car because we've only just had one. It's that 3 wide that turned into 2 wide. I'd rather get the feeling Pena should have been a bit more aware of where Sancho was, at least from what I saw. I could be wrong. Michelin's just trying to get through as quickly as possible. One of the few beneficiaries of this safety car. Needs to clear Pena as quick as possible. He maps the outside curb. He's going to get not the best run through the back straight. He's thinking about a lunge. He's looking for it. He's not getting a lot of slipstream because of it though. Just doesn't get anything. And Pena's dropping to Snape. Pena may have damage. Car's not handling like he has damage. He may have damage. So Fredriksson is 8 tenths ahead of Hill, and Hill's dropped his teammate by about a second. And Kent is now pulling that in. I think Hill's got a probably more of a time trial set up on, and Kent seems to be running a race setup because it's a bit of a straight line speed difference between the 2 drivers. Yeah, just at the top end, Kent's able to close in a tiny bit on his teammate. What I've missed is Acra and Bakalik. At the back. Somehow. Got the 2 desync or disconnected warriors having a go at each other into turn 4. Oh, they're just wanting to go right through each other, aren't they? There's Rusnak out of nowhere. He's had a bit of a moment. Through turn 4. He's lost it somewhere there. It's very unfortunate. Do I rather get the feeling from watching Hodgson and Zikovsky? Hodgson is still racing, albeit desynced. And Zikovsky is actually disconnected. I could be wrong. They're at the back anyway, in the nicest possible way. They're not really going to hinder anyone's race. Fredriksson probably got a nice warning there for track extending. But he is gaining on Hill. DRS is going to be enabled this lap, so Hill needs to close in those 3 tenths that he's behind Fredriksson at the moment. Fredriksson's flying. Michelin's closing in on the back of Kent. Same thing for him as well. He just wants to stay within the 1 second. So imagine the move will be, I'm not going to say easy, but Snape hasn't got DRS of anyone in front of him, so it's not like there'll be a DRS train or anything to contend with. Whoa, Michelin almost loses the back. He really mounted that inside curve. That caught me by surprise a bit. I'm sure it caught him by surprise even more. Everything, at least at the time being, with the exception of a yellow flag of Kopaszewski. May have got it all wrong in Sector 1, or it might have been contact. I'm not too sure. It was yellow flag for quite a while. Kopaszewski's dropping down to P13 after that one, unfortunately. Fredriksson yet to box, the only driver on the track who has not boxed yet. It's paying off well for him because he's currently leading the race. A lot of these drivers who are on some of the older medium tyres are going to have to box anyway, so all the soft runners will have to box. Only really the hard runners can go to the end, I'd say, at this point. Fredriksson just extending his lead to Hill to 1.8 seconds now, and Hill's managed to stay 1 second clear of Kent. Just trying to get in the 1 second mark for the DRS. That's going to be very close. He's got it on his teammate. Great use of battery there from Kent to get the DRS on his teammate. That's going to allow him to close the gap. Turek goes fastest with a 31.1 on his soft tyres. Kent's not actually really gained anything on his teammate with that DRS, so I think Hill just had the better turn 1 and 2. As I said, Kent's got the straight line advantage, which means Hill's probably got the advantage in the more technical areas of the track. Very interesting indeed. Everyone's being bottlenecked behind Snape by the looks of things. Got a big train behind. Mishler being the main one who could strike on him, but he's made a mistake, and Turek's going around the outside on his soft tyres, makes a move sick very easily from Turek there, takes the first opportunity he's got, and pips Mishler to the post. So now Turek is going to have a shot at overtaking Snape, which, albeit, I think he's just going to wait until the main start-finish straight for that one. So on the soft tyres, I'd say the tyre performance is probably about even at the moment. So obviously you can take about 9 or 10 laps here. If they're quali worn, about 11 laps max if they're non-quali worn. So I'm expecting Turek to get Snape. But I think that's purely because Turek has got the pace. Absolutely dominated France when he reserved for Ferrari all the way back when we had France for PC3. Snape is deploying and defending. He may... Oh, he's letting Turek through. Turek has gone a bit deep here, but Snape's got the DRS, so Snape may just be able to get him back. Turek is recharging. He's below 10% on his battery now, so is Snape even going to have to deploy for this? Going to the outside. Going to be even on the braking point. Leaving each other enough room even on the exit here. So it's good racing by the two drivers. I think Turek's going to get the inside line and hold it here in the second sector. And he does so. Just about. Got Pena and Karolak having a bit of a squabble behind the bike, just watching this in P8 thinking, one of you's going to make a mistake. Michelin's boxed. Bear with me. I want to see if this is for front wing. It's for front wing. So Michelin picked up some damage in all of that fighting. And he's now all the way down in P14. It's a nightmare situation for him. He's got a lot of work to do. He's like 30 seconds behind the leaders now, unfortunately. Maybe less. It might have been an exaggeration, but still. I know, he's even more than 30 seconds behind. Anyway, I'm going to stop looking at that and I'll just start looking at the action that we've got going on here. So, Bakulik has gone through Zukovsky Ghost. Michelin's gone through Zukovsky Ghost. We've got Pena pulling into the pit, so he's going to put on, I'm hoping, soft tyres after 10 laps on the mediums. Either that or he's got a front wing that needs changing as well. No, it's just a second set of mediums. So he's playing it safe. Snape is sticking with Turek. Turek is constantly 10% or below on his ERS, so it's probably easier said than done for Turek to extend the gap to over a second on Kent. Sorry, Snape. Speaking of Kent, about 1.7 seconds off his teammate. His teammate is it's gone a bit wide at turn 10, but he's taken it so wide that he hasn't really dropped that much time, so fair enough. Either way, yeah, the Alfa Romeos are not able to get into DRS of each other, and they're not able to catch up to Fredriksson either. So I think if Kent can push into the DRS range of Hill, they should really just work together to get past Fredriksson, who does have to box. Maybe the Alfa Romeo boys are just controlling their own pace, looking after the tyres a bit, and just trying to go to the end. It's a big push, especially around this track. Rear tyres can be killing them. Yeah, Fredriksson's in. Doesn't want to give Hill any DRS. His tyres were letting go at the end of that stint. Fredriksson's going to be on the soft. He's going to be rapid. He's probably going to come out P8 ahead of Pena. Zibai on his medium tyres gets a fastest lap. 15 lap old mediums. Barely beats Turek's fastest lap on his softs. Speaking of which, Turek is also into the pits probably for another set of soft tyres. He started on the mediums. Oh no, he's gone to mediums. Maybe he started on the softs. Oh no, he did. Yeah, because he qualified top 10. Kopaszewski getting past the Ghost of Hodgson. Either Ghost or Desync, I'm not sure. Well, as we can see, while everything's being a bit calm, Ken is within a second of his teammate and has a 23% ERS advantage. It's pretty good. Carolak gets 5 seconds speeding into the pit lane. It's not what you want to see when you're flying high at P5. Not good at all. Speaking of things that are good, it's going to be Fredriksson's pace. Sets of purple sector 3 and may just, unless the Alfa Romeos are going at it. We'll try and stay on board with Fredriksson just so we can see what a flying lap around this track looks like during a race. He's going to be absolutely rapid on his soft tyres. So we're looking at the time. He's 5 seconds behind Rusnak at turn 1. He's already 4.3 seconds behind now. He's going to be pushing for a fastest lap here, surely. Going to be deploying the battery pretty much everywhere. And he's doing just that. Purple sector 1, probably by a mile. So we've got a yellow flag. It's Acra. It's round. He's facing the right way again, but he's at risk of getting lapped here. That's scary. Anyway, we're looking at Fredriksson already a second and a half closer to Rusnak than he was less than a minute ago. My. Softs are absolutely rapid. Anyway. Speaking of rapid, that's what Kent's going to want to be down the straight here as he's challenging his teammate. He's got a very good run on his teammate here, actually. He's not deploying. He's actually letting Hill stay in front. Doesn't want to fight his teammate. It's very, very wise. Albeit, would have been a free move. I don't know, maybe he's respecting... Oh, that's a 29.6 from Fredriksson. A much faster lap. About a second and a half quicker than the previous one. Not bad. Not bad at all. We've also got Bakalik, who's on a fresh set of softs as well, so he may be able to contend with that lap time. We'll see. So we have Mishler actually on the back of Palacios. Should be an easy move into turn 4. Palacios having to deal with running hard tyres. I think he started on the mediums, that's why he's had to go hards now. Pretty unfortunate for him. Mishler's made the move stick. Fredriksson's only 2 seconds behind Rusnak now, and seeing as the Alfa Romeo boys are staying where they are, I'm going to hop on board with Ibai and see what Ibai can do with Snape. Ibai definitely seems to be pushing harder than Snape at the moment. Snape is in a very good spot. Currently P3. This could be a very well-deserved podium from him as he's shown very good aggression in this race. It's taken every opportunity he's had, stayed out of trouble. Snape and Ibai are going into the pit lane though. So this is going to promote Fredriksson up to P3 because Rusnak's in the pits too. So Turek's going to get elevated a few places here. He's going to beat everyone out of the pits. So Turek's going to be P4. He's going to inherit that. And then Karalak might even get a few. It's going to be close between Snape and Karalak, I reckon. It might even be Pena winning out of here, these guys as well. And it is. Snape's down to 7th. The Ibai slots in P8 and Mishler doesn't quite get these guys. It's a VSC! Kopaszewski's out of the race. So he's lost it there at the same point one of the other drivers did. You know, I believe it was Accra had a moment there. Although he's probably annoyed that it's not a full safety car, so he's still the best part of a lap down. So with that being said, is anyone going to run the risk of picking under the VSC? Any of the Alfa Romeo boys going to take the bait if it lasts long enough? Got Fredriksson 11.8 seconds behind. I don't think he's going to catch up to the Alfa Romeo boys at all, but do either of these guys risk pitting? Hill does. I knew one of them would. Kent is as well! Hang on a minute! So they're not convinced that their tyres are going to go to the end. Fredriksson is going to inherit the lead by virtue of the VSC. And he's going to get a decent chunk of that. Ibai's got a drive-through. So he's no longer going to be able to challenge Snape. Fredriksson, I reckon, is going to be a good 10 seconds ahead of the Alfa Romeo boys here. I think Fredriksson's just won this race. Turek's got past Kent. Oh, Hill needs to make sure that he clears Turek here or he's in big, big trouble. But he doesn't. Turek gives him a love tap on the front wing to boot as well. Imagine if that's damage for Hill. That'd be terrible. Kent's all the way out on 7th. Snape ahead of him is also on fresh softs. And the guys ahead of that are on fresh mediums. This race has just turned on its head completely. Fredriksson, I'm sure, is going to have a free win here. Turek's going to defend this P2 because he's got nothing else to lose. Another love tap on the back of Turek there. Hill is really risking his front wing for this. You see the difference in drive, but then it's exactly what you'd expect with Hill being on the soft tyres. He's going to dart down the inside very easily on Turek, but Fredriksson's got 9 seconds ahead. He almost lost it as I went on board with him. That would have been the worst time to curse somebody. My word. Turek has got no batteries, so I'm convinced that obviously Snape's fighting with Pena at the moment. Pena's just slid it right down the inside there. He's saying, no, you are not taking this position off of me in a hurry. Snape doing the wise thing and just holding on for DRS, and Ken is letting Snape know he's there. Pena's gone off track for even more emphasis on the I don't even know where I'm going with this one. Anyway, these drivers know where they're going. Snape and Kent both ahead of Pena. Snape's got 2 seconds to make up to Karalak. It's already he's already eaten into 3/10 of that. Oi oi oi. I think Karalak's probably struggling a little bit for pace actually, and Turek may be safe in this P3. Depends how well Karalak can hold up Snape and Kent. I'm sure Kent is just going to want to get past Snape here. Kent is proven to be the faster driver just through where he is in the championship and race results, and with his teammate a few places in front of him, he's not going to want to drop any more points to Hill after his DNF last week. Speaking of dropping points, Mishler's in P8 as well. Hill is really giving this one a good go at running off with the championship trophy. We've still got several races left, but we could be seeing one of the bigger leads we've seen this whole championship fight. So Kent's got past Snape, as expected. Snape's gone wide. A little bit unfortunate, but Snape's still in a very good position in this race. If he can keep up with Kent, he can follow Kent through with any move he makes. Hill is really trying to... Oh, he got the fastest lap point. It's a 28.8. So it will be an extra point going Hill's direction. So currently 19 points versus Kent's 10. Wow. Open Hill up to basically a whole race win worth of advantage here. I don't think Hill's going to be able to get Fredrickson, to be honest, but he's going to give it a good go, that's for sure. Kent's already on the back of Cadillac. I looked away for like half a lap. So is Kent gonna dive down turn 10? I doubt it. Kent wants to get this done cleanly, so he's probably just going to get him a DRS wherever he can. Probably here, she's got a really good run out of turn 10. Carolac's disappointing as well. Carolac's actually got a lot of battery to play with, but he's not going to get the advantage of DRS, so Kent's not leaving him a lot of room, but why would you want to? He's still leaving a fair amount. Carolac's going alongside and just lunges down the inside. Kent backs out. He's got more opportunities to DRS to come. We've only got 4 laps of this race to go, including, or not including this one. It's all boiling down to where people can get to. Hill is on pace to catch up with Fredrickson on the last lap. Kent gets to pass on the straight of Cadillac. Cadillac switches to dive down the inside of Kent. Kent has a moment on the exit, and Cadillac keeps the position. He's probably gonna... He's got DRS here. Cadillac's gonna keep this position the whole way through, and Kent's got no battery to play with. He's gonna invite Snape into things. Or imagine after this, Snape gets back past Kent. It's a massive free-for-all here. While Hill is now only 4.4 seconds behind Fredrickson. You have to drive immaculately to close that gap down to a passable distance. Fredrickson is now coming up to... Oh! He's done it again! I have cursed another driver. Very unfortunate for Fredrickson getting a 3-second time penalty for track limits there. That's not going to be good at all. Hill only has to close up by just over a second now, and he's got the battery to do it. Actually, Fredrickson's got about the same. But in any case, Hill's on the fresher tyres. There's now 4 laps remaining. Oh boy. It's about to get spicy. So we don't know if Fredrickson's got any penalties that he can appeal or get removed, but it's not what Hill's going to be thinking. Hill's just going to want to close the gap as much as possible. Kent has finally got past Cadillac. There's now a gap between him and Snape, which is going to be very important. Cadillac not giving this one up. Look at the lunge! Oh, he's lit up the rear too much. He's spun it. He almost collects Snape. Thankfully he doesn't. Snape's had a great race so far. Snape running over the curbs in the second sector there a little bit. If he can keep it clean, he does have the potential to get past Kent. But I think he's going to settle for P5. I don't think he'll mind too much. All the while, Hill's managed to get DRS off of Zikovsky in the Red Bull. Just to close the gap that little bit more. He's got the Haas in front of him there. He might even be able to get DRS off as well. It's going to be a bit of a leap. But we will see. Oh, it's going to be close. I'm not sure if Hill did get DRS. He did! Double DRS for Hill. It's going to be big when it comes to catching up to Fredrickson. That might be where Fredrickson gained the time, actually. Fredrickson may have got the same DRS as well. Hill's only half a tenth between him and a P1 on track. I say on track after penalties are decided and things like that. It's going to be so close, so we've got a squabble behind. Rusnak's managed to get past Snape. Albeit with the disconnection, Rusnak has recovered very well. Kent and Turek are fighting. Whoa, Kent's managing to claim that second spot on the podium for Alfa Romeo. Lovely stuff. How's Mishler doing in all of this? Got Karolak behind him. Got Acra, who's spun. Second time he's spun there. This is unfortunate for the Ferrari driver. Has he got damage? He does. So it's going to put him a lap down and ultimately out of any form of contention whatsoever. Karolak gets a 3-second time penalty, so as it stands, that's not going to do anything. Well, I think he had a pit lane penalty as well, which is not what you want to see. Rusnak, Turek, and Kent. Actually, I say that. Kent's just cleared Turek by a second, so I don't think Turek's going to get any form of DRS. Yes, he is, because Zikovsky's ahead of him. Goes a bit deep on this braking zone here, but he's going to have the DRS because of the back marker. Hill's well within the 3-second gap now of Fredriksson, so Fredriksson's got to pray that he's got a penalty that can get removed, otherwise he's going to lose this win. So unless Hill makes a mistake, this one's his. His teammate is going to have no way of getting close enough for a P2 on penalties. He's just too far behind. You've got everyone lapping the back marker house now. We've got Rusnak, Turek and Kent. That's what we're going to be focusing on towards the end. We've got Hill and Fredriksson already decided. That being said, Mishler, Karolak and Benya behind having a bit of a ding-dong. Karolak came off worse out of that one. Mishler's now right up the chuff of Pena as well. See if anything can be done there. I just want to see if Rusnak's going to have any moves on Turek on the DRS back straight. I don't think he is. So back to this action here. Let's see what Mishler can do with Pena. They're both running on this outside curve. It's losing them so much time. Mishler's got 63% ERS. He really needs to be deploying that if he wants to get past Pena. There's only a lap left after this. So Hill's not going to be quite within DRS of Fredriksson. So I think Fredriksson's safe to take this win on track. But he's going to lose it on penalties. Rusnak and Turek. Turek's not got the DRS that he got last lap. I think Rusnak is going to get this move one and done. He wants to make sure he's got enough ERS when it comes to defending his position from Turek, which I think, given the fact Turek is going to have... Oh, he's given Rusnak a bit of a tap there. I think if I was Turek at this point, I wouldn't even try and take advantage of that, but he's going to. I don't know. I think Rusnak is entitled to this one. I wouldn't want to see someone gaining an advantage from a tap, and Turek does just let Rusnak through. Albeit after the disconnection, Rusnak has had a very, very good race. Very good race indeed. Definitely contender for driver of the day for me, despite the disconnection. That wasn't his fault at all. He's managed to keep a cool head on his shoulders and pull it all the way up to 4th. Penalty-free race as well, so it's pretty good from him. Is Hill going to try and take this win on track? Deploy L plan from Alfa Romeo and punt the Mercedes. Imagine if Hill got a penalty there right at the end. He was going to play it sensibly. Is he going to get Fredriksson to the line, actually? It's going to be exciting. Fredriksson takes it on the line. So Hill wins, followed by Fredriksson after that penalty has been processed. Can't cross the line for P3. And to be honest, probably my driver of the day, Rusnak, P4. Although for some reason, Turek has capped him. St. P6, Mishler P7. Followed by Karolak, who's going to drop after penalties go through. Pena's cleared him. Palacios cleared him too. So Palacios in his debut getting 2 points for AlphaTauri's. Pretty good showing. Ibaez crossed the line. Bakalik in the middle sector was the last one to cross the line. And while he's doing that, I want to see if Rusnak got a penalty. That's pit stops. Because he was ahead of Turek. And no penalties at all. Apparently, oh yeah, because Tchaikovsky was a lap down, so of course he got his penalty afterwards. There's no penalty here from Rusnak, so that's a timing bug. I'm sure Rusnak will get that P4 back. It's all been caught on the stream, so I'm sure that'll just be decided straight away by the stewards. Nothing to worry about, Rusnak. That's still P4, my friend. Double Alfa Romeo podium after all of that. Hill takes the win. And the fastest lap, I believe. Fredriksson P2, unfortunate for that penalty. And yeah, Kent gets P3. Not bad indeed. The identical triplets taking another podium together. That's what we like to see. Is, random Alfa Romeo mechanic is being covered by a splash of champagne. Lovely stuff. Yeah, get him. He's going to have a shower now because of that. Wasting water, are we? So, just to run down the final grid order for the race. Hill, followed by Fredriksson, followed by Kent, then Rusnak, then T-Rex with a timing tower glitch. Snape, Mishler, Pena, Palacios and Karolak round out your top 10. It's going to go through the pits and the race director. It's a lot of pit stops and some of our drivers there. Not too many incidents in the race director, but that's because there weren't too many warnings. So yeah, not too bad really, all things considered. So Hill is going to extend his championship lead to... Well, Kent's going to get P2 in the championship now. I believe there's a 25-point gap to his teammate. Sheesh. Great work by the Alfa Romeo driver. Such a marginal difference in driver pace, and yet he's managing to extend the lead regardless. Not bad. Not bad at all. As for driver of the day, for me, it's either Rusnak or Fredriksson. Because Fredriksson going from P11 to leading most of the race until he had the penalty. And he won it on track. It is very, very good showing from the second Mercedes driver. Picking up the reins of the Mercedes team when Mishler was unable to. I think he got caught in traffic, had a wing change to deal with as well, so albeit Mishler did have quite a good race from what he had control over. But yeah, that is going to be it from me. If you haven't done already, please like the stream, subscribe to the channel, link to our Discord and everyone in the comments as well, or sorry, the description. And just before I go, I want to thank our partners Gridfinder, Bouldermania, Race Insight and JR Design, as well as Discord, for partnering the league and helping to make all of this possible. That's going to be it. This has been PC3 in Bahrain. I believe we've got F4 currently going on in the background. Well, not at the moment. We may do in the future. If not, F5's happened, so you can watch that. That's going to be it from me. Take it easy, guys, and we'll see you next time.